Hey, everybody. How y'all doing tonight?
Oh,
It is what it is.
Back.
He is back. Welcome back, the Tefford.
Yeah, it's been too long.
It has. But luckily for you, you have returned. The scene we set ourselves upon is as we have been in the Great Desert. Tefford, given that this environment has generally been full of a bunch of different cliffs and dead ends, has been keeping a much more forward pace than most of the rest of the group, trying to make sure that you don't run into dead ends or spike pits or quicksands or any of those sorts of shenanigans. Now, after having returned from one of those for about a day, he finds that the party is in not too great a state as they are finishing up their big rest.
All right, everybody. I just went ahead. There's a lot of crags. There's one area about to get hit by a rock slide and fleas on a dog. What happened to you guys?
a Hydra.
A hydra? Where?
Dead. Help
Oh,
us strip its corpse, will you?
oh, wait, right. Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, that isn't just a sand dune.
Huh. When?
Rat, about how long ago was it? I know we've taken some time to rest since then. Also, sorry, I didn't mean to come across as gruff like that.
You look like you have a gut wound that might fester if we don't treat it. So we should probably make sure that happens. But you seem to grumpy is an okay way to feel after killing a hydra.
Luckily, we were able to avoid the worst of it by poisoning it.
Mm-hmm.
But several resources that we can't easily get back were spent during the fight.
I can imagine. Yeah.
That said, if we can get back to town, we have a great deal of valuables to sell, and we can probably do some wondrous things with its blood and its hide.
Oh, priority number one is alive.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. But this thing's really well camouflaged.
Would you like to see it?
I would love to. Oh, I have my. Oh, he's so cute. It's a good thing I wasn't here yesterday. I'm looking at this like that's the cutest thing I've seen all day.
It appeared to us burrowed and seemed to just be a sandworm of some kind. That was dispatched easily, but then this happened.
I realized what happened. I move a lot lighter than you guys. It wouldn't have sensed me compared to you guys. You guys would have been the bigger prey. Crap. We probably shouldn't split up anymore.
Probably not, especially if this is the kind of thing we can expect around these parts.
Yeah. Anything that burrows in the sand, they usually figure out where they're going because they can sense the vibrations in it, and I don't weigh very much. If Rat was walking ahead, he probably would have been able to avoid it too. He's not really, neither of us are really big meals, but the horses, the mules, friend.
Come here a minute, right?
No,
Oh,
all
at
that.
least,
Mm-hmm.
at least a large chunk of the material we were bringing along wasn't on the ground. It was the floating disc.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the better news is something this size is probably a pretty big predator in the region. It's probably pretty territorial.
Yes, we're probably not going to encounter much in the immediate vicinity.
Yeah. All right, how can I help with the harvesting?
I
can't.
Well, we'll say that you've now helped harvest some of the other stuff that they ended up gathering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got a bunch of cool shit, like,
in particular, you're probably one of the people that helps identify that some of the, rocks in the gizzard are probably, like, some of the valuable gems that it's filtered from eating the sand.
Yep. Valuable, valuable, poison, valuable.
We got 12 premium trade goods and 30 high-value trade goods.
Premium?
And several magic items as well.
Would you like
where were the
magic
items?
How that happens?
Sure.
No, like, I'm asking them, would they like to describe to Tefrid since I told them last time?
Oh yeah, we rolled something we already had, which let the rarity upgrade, and then that was something we already had, so then it upgraded to a rare item.
Okay.
I don't quite remember what exactly the rare item was. Chad, do you remember?
It was...
it's a very big pavis.
Yeah, it's
the shield.
But I didn't identify it because I don't have a spell slot. I don't have a spell slot I want to use on identify, so...
So he was only able to get some of the basic information about it with his ritual identify?
But now Rat has cover he can deploy.
I heard very big. I'm like, what is this, like a 3-foot big?
If I use it, we'll see. If I have the weight to carry it, or the strength to carry it, I should say.
Yeah, that's probably the bigger concern.
The deep desire to switch to Pathfinder so that ASIs are letting me increase my strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why all that junk was inside it is because each of the heads eats a lot of sand to charge up its breath weapon attack. And that means that a lot of stuff gets stuck in its gizzard.
Gizzard singular or plural?
Probably singular. It's probably
Where's the gizzard located on this creature? I'm sorry, I'm asking Tefrid questions.
I mean, it's in the core body of it, like, you know, there.
Probably at the trunk where all the necks connect.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was kind of a nightmare to fight. We almost fucking TPK'd.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I would have won.
He would have won.
He would have won.
He would have won.
We were never under threat. We were under threat.
During the long rest, during the short rest that subsequently happens after your return that has already happened, but you can choose to take some if you would like. Friend in the Emberlith that has been in your company end up talking a fair little bit. They seem to be much more willing to open up to you now.
Right. The volcano should be not too far southwest of here.
That's good. So we're closing in?
He nods. At some point they were exiled from the rest of them. The ones over here seem to be... He tries to think of a word. They seem to keep to themselves.
Isolationists. Okay, interesting. How? Again, we're gonna get random Teffer questions. Instead of asking why are you exiled, the first question is how active is the volcano?
I think friend would know that it's not like blowing up, but it's
Right.
still,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Very
a
warm.
volcano.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It is
Okay.
lava.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You would also know that they carve like significant structures inside the volcano.
Mhm. Can you survive in lava? Okay. No, we need different. All right. Why were you? If you don't feel comfortable talking about it, it's okay. But why was he exiled?
I posed the question to the Emberlith.
Mhm.
So I will answer both questions in sequence.
Mhm.
What was the first question that was asked?
You probably wouldn't be able to survive in the volcano, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first question.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. There's your answer.
Okay. So after a while of friend listening and nodding, he, to the best of his ability, tries to interpret that it was her son that was actually exiled, not her. And obviously she followed. And he explains the process of which, how do I say this? There's a process in their culture where the parent kind of sheds like a shard of themselves to help the younger one grow, I guess. And the son saw that as immoral, and they both fled.
Interesting.
You get the general connotation that there's a lot of a very religious structure in a lot of them. and that she's hoping at least that the area that you're heading doesn't have that.
Right.
I would hope so. I'd hate for... Okay. It's interesting. I didn't know. It's such an odd, a very diverse amount of people out here. I will also say, we are in the middle of a cloud for me. I do not have the map data on here.
That's funny. So for you, it just
Yeah.
shows, for you, it's just a circle?
the horse and a circle and the 6 tiles around us.
Is there, like, anything down here or down here?
Nope, not a single thing.
Not a
It is
single thing?
just one
Excellent.
circle.
Do you mind if I retrace the path so that you can actually see where we've gone?
I can do it.
Okay.
So, as you're doing that, I also hope that we don't end up with you could think that she finds peace here as opposed to her other location. That's lava. Okay.
Nope, those are just
No, it's
cliffs.
cliffs.
Oh.
We've experienced the Caves and Cliffs update.
Oh God. All the way down to negative 258. I think.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, so if we're going to a location where... Thank you. So we're going to a location where it's a different colony of them, and where hopefully that she will not be forced to give up part of herself for her child. Just want to make sure I'm understanding the situation correctly.
It's an exile colony,
Oh.
and
okay.
unless there's another second child, her child died to the slave
Yes.
master dude.
Yeah.
So,
That. Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope we find
They
it
were
soon.
or
driven-
actually, I don't
Yes,
know.
That is correct. They were driven off course, though, by somebody that, you know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't remember if I asked about that again.
Let's say you haven't.
Okay. Well, until we get to the exile colony, I would probably wait. Unless there's some other reason I should ask now.
No. That's entirely up to you.
In that case, we can depart when everyone is ready.
I'm sorry I wasn't there to help you all with this.
It's alright.
I'm sorry I didn't spot it, actually.
Things happen.
Alright,
You cannot anticipate every possible outcome.
that's true.
How much farther west do we have to go to reach this colony?
Not very far, I would imagine.
If their sense is correct, probably only a few days.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I need to actually, write this out. Let me, I gotta send this to Rat as he finds something new, in the morning, since he probably wakes up early. Well, actually, this would be in the evening when he wakes up, because he probably wakes up earlier than other people, since y'all are traveling by night. Traveling by night, cultist simulator reference.
What was that, sorry?
Traveling by Night is a book in Cultist Simulator and Book of Hours.
Ah,
It's actually
gotcha,
a
thank
series
you.
of books.
Okay. I should play those games.
Yeah, but importantly, you guys are traveling at night because it is getting very hot, and especially now
Yes.
because we're at the start of the next Bastion turn, it is very, very hot.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, we have that decanter.
Yeah. So west then?
Southwest. Rat has found something while reinvestigating the Hydra.
I see. He will keep it to himself for now, as he does not feel the need to present something that he has no idea what's going on with.
Understandable. Teflon, lead the way.
All right, southwest.
Yeah, slightly more south than west.
Okay. How many movement do we have?
9.
9.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Stop.
Oh, looks like we're on Savannah now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's still very dry, but at least it's not like brutal anymore. Did you guys do your...
We have not done our Bastion turn yet, I believe.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys should do that right now, because I rolled my
Alright.
Bastion turn and stuff, but you guys didn't do yours.
Alright. Albatross, if you could roll the encounters. Chad, if you could subtract rations. And Golden, if you could roll our 3 threat rolls, please.
Remind me how many rations it is now, because I actually do not remember.
It's like 105, right, JC?
So,
Was that it before?
so it's 25 for the horses. Or...
25 each for the horses.
Right.
Then we got 3 people who eat rations, so that's 30 total.
It's 105 then. And then 5 each for the
15.
dogs.
Yeah.
So 115.
By the way, Lothair, I think I told you, but when you roll on the threat roll table, you get to see the result.
Oh.
Even if you can't see it in chat, but when you like physically roll it on the table, you see what it ends on.
I see. Yeah. I've got
Whereas previously-
I've got the threat roller set up such that I can just press this now. So you don't have to roll the threat roller, you just have to roll your perception now.
Perception. Okay.
Yeah.
Chad, I'm going to move 100 rations from the floating disk to the group storage.
Sounds good.
Alright. Now, Bastion actions. Let's go in order. For Golden,
Guard.
Chad,
Probably harvest. More
Okay.
food.
Albatross.
Guard.
Alright. I am floating my disk.
I'm perceiving reality.
In what way?
So,
By rolling the check.
between you and friend, who has a higher perception modifier?
I have +8.
Okay.
So I don't know what friends is off the top of my head.
+3.
Okay.
So is that
So if I'm
guard?
remembering correctly, guarding you.
No, go. Yeah. I would recommend that you make that a DM roll.
Thank you. I agree.
Yeah.
And then you add the 2 bonuses together, right?
Yeah. So let's just go. Golden already rolled. Let's just add Tefrids to that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then we got our D6s.
Damn.
Ooh.
God damn.
There goes my luck for the session.
Oof.
Yeah, it's fine.
Fellas, I am slightly over 2/3 of the way to getting resilient dexterity. Or no, slightly over 3/5. I bet. Alright. I believe that's all of the Bastion turn stuff.
Yep. Near the end of your day's travel on the 11th, you end up coming upon a actually small oasis in the midst of this desert.
Oh.
It is currently rather early in the morning, just before you're starting to set up, like decide where you want to set up camp for the day. What is particularly noticeable about this small oasis is that it is in the shape of a crescent. It looks very much like, you know, the primary moon.
Primary moon?
Primary moon.
Oh, right, this is a setting with 2 moons, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I thought when we asked you that before, you said there was only 1.
I think when you asked me that before, I answered it was like Kerbal Space Program, where there's technically a secondary one, but there's really basically only one.
Okay, I don't remember the specifics.
But I might be wrong. Either way, there's practically 1 moon, and if there's a second one, it's like super duper teeny and much farther away.
Okay. Well, this seems an auspicious site for us to set up camp. If all goes well, we will be under the lady's protection during the day.
Rat seems... He's normally focused on his own things, but he is unusually focused on something right now. I actually am going to spell slot identify this item, because I'm looking at my spell slots and I think that I have enough. Where are you, buddy? There you are.
The new one or the old one?
The new one, not the shield.
Okay.
While Rat's doing that, Hiroi is going to ritual detect magic the area around this oasis to make sure that nothing fucked up is happening.
Can you repeat that, Hiroi?
Hiroi is going to ritual detect magic while Rat's doing that to make sure that nothing is untoward with this oasis.
Okay, you do end up finding stuff, but we'll talk about that in a moment. As Hiroi ends up finishing his casting of the magic, he finds that there's quite a lot to do with the lake itself, primarily in the form of, let's see, that would probably be conjuration.
Curious if I don't suppose detect magic tells me any of the aspects, does it?
Abjuration.
Oh, abjuration, okay. Yeah, those two are kind of opposites.
Yeah. I was like, oops.
This lake does seem to be warded against something. Perhaps this truly is a sign of her protection.
Tafred, I would like you to give me a perception. Hiraway as well.
Perception, you say?
Perception, I say.
Perceiving.
I perceive.
I probably do not perceive, in fact. Yeah,
Not as well.
that's par for the course.
Tafred ends up noticing that a little bit deeper into this oasis, there seems to be a bit of old treasure long forgotten.
How deep? Sorry, how deep? I said that really softly.
Probably like 30 feet. For most of you, if you leaned over, you could probably grab it. Well, I guess for half of you.
Yeah, friend, can I get your help here really quick?
He moves on over.
Thank you. I see there's something in there.
I would recommend not interfering too much with that. All I know is that there is a veneer of abjuration magic over these waters.
Oh,
And
okay. Friend, don't touch it.
He stops.
It's likely not overtly dangerous like, say, evocation or necromancy would be, but for all we know, that could be a one-way veil over the water.
Anyone got a 10-foot pole?
I'll do you one better. Hiraway casts Mage Hand.
Ooh.
And he's going fishing.
He's going fishing. As he puts the mage hand in the water, you see
Stardew Valley fishing game pops up.
as a very similar hand reaches out from the water and like mirrors its movements. Like,
So
if
it's
you
heading
go-
up while it heads down.
right, while your mage hand goes down 2 feet, it goes 2 feet above the surface.
Curious.
Would you mind giving me a religion, Hiraway? It's not exactly religion, but I think it's more fitting for you.
Okay. I don't suppose I could use my Arcana expertise for this,
You
could
can, yeah.
I? Okay. They're both int skills, so...
Yeah, I think that's very valid. I think for you it's fitting
Okay.
between the two. Yeah. One of the things while you're actually watching inside and moving your mage hand around is that given the current phase of the moon, the phase of the moon in the reflection is different than the one it is in reality.
Yeah, this would be more conjuration than abjuration.
If you think so. But it's abjuration.
This...
It's different.
Alright. Alright. This pool seems to reflect a... different time or different version of... I don't know exactly what's happening here. Hiraway is going to try and remove the... some of the stuff that's down there with the mage hand.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a loot roll.
Oh shit! Alright, so I assume we're leaving behind the 15 cumbrance of low value.
That's so much fucking...
Again, like always, we don't have to leave it behind until there's
Yeah,
a reason
fair.
to leave it behind.
Fair.
Yeah.
Nothing to leave behind until there is a reason.
Listen,
Alright.
this is that we go Bethesda style. We pick it up till we're over encumbered.
Alright. I'll put it on the floating disc then.
And then we sort from there.
Well, you're,
No, and then we eat the cheese, and then we go.
what is Rat
That's true.
doing during this, aside from his identifying?
Mostly just focusing on his things. He's. I think that's it for now.
Okay. Would it be
Just-
fair to say that you're doing a bit of maintenance on your firearm? then?
Yeah, maintenance on firearm, just a lot of his routine things. Considering we've just arrived to a spot that ostensibly will be a resting point, he's begun his ritual activities.
Gotcha. The hand that went up above the Crescent Lake, the Crescent Oasis, has moved over to where Rat is and has started picking up some of his tools. And is trying to move them to the lake.
He is
Hiroi's
swatting and shit as soon as it touches his things. Swatting and biting and gnashing.
It's made mostly out of water and it's very, very transparent.
Interesting.
Ideally, it shouldn't have too much longer left on it because Mage Hand only lasts for a minute.
Of this
I
one?
don't think it
Is
would.
it back? Yeah. Okay. Please repeat what you said. My headset cut out entirely.
I was wondering what would happen if he just rocketed Mage Hand up into the air really quick.
I don't think it would do much right at this moment, considering that the other one has started doing its own thing. But it should dissipate any moment now.
Assuming that Rat is kind of pulling on some of his tools, it eventually lets go and starts wandering over to Friend, trying to, find something in his pack. As Hero counts down the moments to when Mage Hand would expire, yours expires and it remains.
I think we may have just unleashed an immortal kleptomaniac hand upon this world.
There's worse things to unleash upon the world, I guess.
No take thing.
Here, I'm going to see if I can appease it. Hiroi is going to offer this watery mage hand a single oblation.
It takes it and it sinks back into the undersurface of the mirror oasis and does not return. There still appears to be quite a lot down there.
I see.
If we want to, we could attempt to bring more out, but we would likely have to pay to do so. Not quite equivalent value, but... If you would like, I can continue exchanging items with it.
Rat shrugs.
If give thing can give take, good.
Friend Tefford, what are your thoughts?
What?
What are your
What are
guys'
your
thoughts?
It's kind of harmless.
Friend's probably in the same boat.
Yeah, it's not really, what can we do about it?
It's gone.
Yeah. And I don't think it's... I think it'll be a nice ghost story in the middle of the night, but I don't think ultimately it's that harmful.
Right, but my question was more, do we keep exchanging items with it?
Hmm.
I don't suppose anybody has a silver axe to toss in.
I don't think so. I could travel very light.
Rat does start shuffling through some packs and items.
I'm going to see if offering payment first will prevent there from being the manifestation of another hand. As this time he actually tosses in, he's going to toss in a dark shard and see if anything happens.
One dark shard?
Yeah, that's all he has on him, so.
Whoa.
Sorry,
You okay
I'm
there?
sorry. Yep, hiccups. I get them rapidly and violently, and I don't know why.
A few moments after you toss it in, a creature of the water ends up walking out with a bit of very dry paper in its hands that it holds out to you.
Curious.
I owe you.
So true.
Does the paper have anything written on it?
Let me see how I would describe this paper. I need to reread this. Roll me a d8.
D8.
Don't be an 8. Okay. It is a small picture of a door.
Do I recognize this door?
No. It
Oh.
is a super generic door. It's not quite a kid's drawing of a door, but like... it's a very simple sketch of a door in a wall. Your detect magic is still going, and this reeks of conjuration.
Is this a spell scroll?
After a bit of observation, you find that it's something very similar. It's not specifically of a spell, but it's very similar to that. It would work like a spell scroll works.
Well, if it's conjuration, I imagine it's either a dimension door or an arcane gate if it's giving off this much magic. Still, a rather interesting find. Thank you. And Hiroi accepts the not spell scroll.
You do need to make sure that you write down that it is door specifically.
Okay. There we are. I will have to get a closer look at this at a later date. I don't suppose anybody else wants to try their luck, do they?
Rat's gonna... Never mind.
We could always come back to it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's not always guaranteed that we can just re-arrive randomly.
What if we mark it?
A place
Again,
like this
like,
being
we
such a
leave-
strange magical... A place like this being such a strange magical phenomenon means that it might be rather transient in nature.
Should we leave? We could mark it regardless.
That is true.
Rat will toss his own oblation into the pool, considering he has not found use for it otherwise.
Would you like to roll me a d8?
Sure. Not 8. Not 8, not 8. Not 8. Or maybe it is an 8. Who knows? 7.
You get a similar piece of paper, this time detailing a rather expansive floor.
Interesting. Rat will hand it to Hiraway, because he does not know what it is.
What does this reek of?
Conjuration.
Curious.
It is up to the party's actions to choose how they proceed.
Do you mind if I give it one more experiment?
Go for it.
Alright. Hiraway is going to once again mage hand in to try and fish stuff up.
Sure.
And he has an oblation ready to offer as payment. So is that another loot check?
Sure. Let's do that.
Okay. Alright, hell yeah. Oh!
Joy.
The one oblation is fine.
Alright.
The hand retracts after you hand it the oblation.
This is quite possibly the worst trade deal.
In the history of trade deals.
Yeah. Alright, I think that is more than enough experimentation.
So timid. The party is not in a find out kind of mood, it would seem.
We've already fucked around with something else.
Yeah. This is like a decent-ish payout.
I disagree, but...
I mean, for 2 oblations and a single dark shard, it's not awful. Or 3 oblations, I guess.
We might as well mark it.
Sure.
As the party rests for the day, Brian notices while he's keeping watch that one of them ends up just mirroring a lot of Friend's movements and just kind of imitating him, but like on the other side of the pool. So like he might be sitting a specific way on a pile of sand that he pushed together. So would the mirror beast.
Curious.
Whoops. As most of the party wakes up very early into the night. They are prepared to get going as, as the crowd watches.
I love the two big ones and the two little ones.
Mm-hmm.
These are good guys.
Mm-hmm. The color of their border might indicate otherwise, but they are very silly little creatures.
I get the same color hovering over Rat and Friend. We're fine.
I don't get the same color hovering over Rat.
That's because you
Friend,
control him. Yeah, for some reason, Hero and Tefford are green and Rat and Friend are red, and I do not know
yellow
why.
on my screen.
Wild.
Yeah.
Well, because you can control your own tokens, so that...
Yeah, but that doesn't explain why, for me, Rat and Friend are red.
Yeah, that's a good question.
We're reading.
Well,
Reading.
let's get going then.
So it goes. Onward.
As the party heads left, the mirror beasts head right.
No?
It is another hot day, but luckily you have your decanter to help alleviate those problems.
I'm sure nothing will come over the fact that we just sent those into the world.
Here's the thing. They're probably going to evaporate before too much bad stuff happens.
Let's hope.
They are in a desert.
Would you mind going ahead and marking off one point off your decanter if you haven't done so already? Whoever has it. Unless Kaio has it.
Nope, it's in... How many points does it have again? Because that never got shown to us.
Uh-oh. Who... Is it in group storage then?
It's in group storage, yeah.
No, it's in on a... Hold on.
You might have made it unidentified when you
Yeah.
Updated the token for
It
yourself.
shows as identified for me.
Starts with... Well, I guess this is the first time you've used it, so roll me 2d4.
We've also had it in our inventory for fucking ages. It should have recharged.
What makes you say that?
Son of a bitch.
Do you know what recharges it?
Water.
Wow, he's so wrong.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. So after this, it has 4 charges because it's 2d4 plus 1. So since this is the first time you're using it, or at least it's the first time I care to given variant, so it'll have 4 charges. So go ahead and mark it with 4 charges. Hot weather uses 1 charge, scorching weather uses 2 charges. He can have up to 10 is recharged by something that he'll have to identify. Either way.
Canters are also pretty, like, normal, common knowledge item. Yeah.
Take us away,
Fair enough.
Shepherd. Teforido? This is so sad.
Hold on. I'm so sorry. My mind mentally has cut out the last 3 minutes of my life.
No worries.
Classic.
Okay. Yeah. We're good to go now?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. 1, 2, 3.
Alright, does she have any information about where we go from here? Or is it that mountain that's, like, literally to the left of us?
It is to the left, that's for sure.
Okay.
What?
It is to the left.
But is it this one right here?
No. But it is almost due...
5. No.
it was almost due west from there.
Okay.
6, 7, 8, going down to the hills.
Yeah, 6, 7, 8.
Nobody gathered this turn, did they?
Oh yeah, I need to roll my.
No, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
If you did, you can use 2 dogs
9.
for this turn.
Okay.
I mean, only one person can use 1 dog, right? Or can 2 dogs roll on 1 roll?
2 can use on 1
Yo.
as long as you meet both of their conditions. It's if you have duplicates. So like if you have 2 water dogs, one person can use 1 water dog and another person can use another. But if you have a water and a temperate dog, then 1 person can use both.
And it adds what?
7 to the roll.
7 to the roll, so that's a 37.
Mm-hmm.
Which is... Fuck, I will never know the calculation on it.
Minus
it's 2 for
13
every...
times 2.
Minus 13 times 2, so...
So, 48.
Yeah, 48. Stash has or will be updated. Has been or will be.
Continue adventuring.
Thank you, Rat. We
Why
say
did we get another 100 rations?
I told you earlier I was moving 100 off of the floating disc.
Okay.
We still got 111 on that thing.
Okay. Onward ho.
So this is the 13th.
Mm-hmm. How much movement across forever again? We might need to here.
It would be 3 points of movement.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Chill out for a bit.
Chilling.
Okay.
He's chilling.
Being chilling.
Being chilling.
Jets are cooled.
I have a message I would like to send.
Send it, Pookie.
Shadow the Hedgehog is a bitch-ass motherfucker.
You pissed on my fucking wife. His dick was this big, and I said that's disgusting.
So I'm making call-out posts on my twitter.com.
Shadow the Hedgehog. With a small dick. It's the size of this walnut.
Except way smaller.
No, except way smaller.
It has been sent.
Oh boy.
I see.
choose to embellish and describe this however you'd like.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. As Rat returns from his hunting trip, he's not immediately obviously different, but you guys have been traveling with him for long enough to know when he's like physically uncomfortable. Like a cat, he kind of hides it when he's in pain or whatever, but he's struggling to really hide the fact that he is in some way hurting and is occasionally like shaking his head physically.
Hero is going to switch.
Text.
Yeah, Hero is switching to Draconic for this, and he's going to ask very genuinely, what's wrong?
Nothing. Head hurt. Fine. Well, I'll be all right.
Are you sure?
An unknown issue has unknown solutions. I'll figure it out.
As he moves past and suggests that we continue moving.
Alright. 6, 7, 8. 9. Okay. Next day.
14th.
Hold.
1. Oh!
Hold here.
Holding?
Jets are cool.
Hold
Jets
here.
are cool.
Rat has had another message.
This time, Rat actually like physically trips, and is like very clearly like getting worse. Like his head is shaking more. He's like almost in the way that like have you guys had pets where when at points when they're sick they're like jerking almost in certain points? Yeah. He's doing that. I don't remember what the medical thing is for that, what that's called, but he's like for a period of time. It's not like constantly, but like for a period of time right after he trips, and then he kind of recovers himself and gets back up.
Do you think this might be related to the water creatures that we left behind?
No. Ah, my head. Laughing.
Laughing?
I don't know why, but I heard laughter and I couldn't see. And it wasn't just vague laughter, it was two very clear, distinct voices laughing. Isolated issue I'm willing to write off and deal with later. I will say I need to keep an eye on this.
As he looks at you, it is still below him to ask for help.
This... Admittedly, I'm less familiar with issues pertaining to the Fae, but laughter followed by malicious acts sounds like something that would happen if one were exposed to the Fae. Just be careful. I don't know what this is yet.
How separated were you guys for this conversation? Because Tafford can understand it basically, yeah.
It was just while we were traveling. He literally just fell over and So, like, we're not distant or isolated or whatever. We are traveling as a group, and Rat has had issues.
Rat, I need you to be very specific with me with what's happened.
I'm sorry, what was that, Albatross?
I need you to be very specific with me with what just happened to you. He says in Draconic.
Oh, he kind of, like, grumbles, shakes his head, and looks up.
It is the most serious. He showed up to you guys almost dead a couple days ago, and this is the most serious you've seen him in a very long time.
Initially, while hunting, I came back early because a splitting headache. And now, recently, as you just saw, my vision gave out and there were two voices laughing.
You were sure there were two voices?
Very distinctly two.
You look at a friend. We need to be very, very careful right now. Actually, no, it's too late. They already have a beat on you. Tefford is now scanning the area, like, meticulously.
Your devil?
Yeah. Two voices.
Before anything else happens, I assume the Emberlith is within, like, talking distance, right?
Yeah.
I turn to the Emberlith and explain the current situation, and just bluntly ask, will you fight with us?
They do an equivalent of a shrug, being that they are very, very old. Like, all of their glass in their body is pretty much dust at this point. Like, they're about as old as they get. You saw how incapable they were of really doing much of anything when they were trying to fight the hunter.
Okay, my parents are not home yet, and my dog does need to be walked, so I'm going to go real quickly. Don't don't full pause for it.
Okay.
But I will be back in immediately, or not immediately, but
what the Emberlith can confirm is that if we were able to hurry and actually travel into the day a little bit, we would probably get there today. You can see a bit of the smoke from up yonder.
Okay.
We should go.
Let us hurry then.
Strength in numbers. Here away.
Yes.
I need you detecting magic.
Alright. What do we do about the disc that has a lot of our food on it?
Shit. Shit. This is the first time you've ever heard him swear. Ever.
Oh.
How much is the disc holding right now?
It is holding 250 encumbrance of
Never mind, okay.
Of food and trade goods. Only 111 is food, but that is a lot of stuff on the disc.
Yeah, we can't give up the disc right now. Okay. And our best bet is to get there as soon as possible. Strength in numbers. But we need to be on the swivel. Our heads on a swivel. Illusions are their game. Illusions, head trickery, whatever it is. Don't trust things you see right now. Not until we get safe.
Will do. But if we can't trust what we see, how can we trust that we are safe?
We can't. That's a fair point. Hopefully the community will help, but...
If I have the chance to recover my magics, then we may have an easier time on the way back.
I'm very worried about the fact that you don't have magic right now, actually.
I still have roughly half of my magics. I'm not incapable, currently.
Mm-hmm.
Our best course of action is to hurry to the settlement.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. In which case...
One.
So, did you have one more point of movement today?
We have plenty, actually.
Yeah, this was the second point of movement for the day.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were double. I thought you had 2 points remaining.
No,
or something
no,
like
we
that.
can definitely make it to that pink tile, I can see, which
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
presuming
yeah.
is where we're
I thought I was
going.
gonna have to re-explain how the overtime works.
Nope,
Okay.
no, we should be...
Do you mind if I go and go over that again anyway?
Yes, go for it.
Sure.
Each additional, like, not physical tile, but like movement point you try to expend on a day, you make a increasing con check against to suffer 1 point of exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
And we're using the, that
Upaided
penalty on
exhaustion?
everything. Exhaustion.
Okay.
So, like, if you were moving into the hills and you only had 1 movement point left, such that it was costing 3 movement points, you'd make 2 rolls, 1 at 5, 1 at 6, and if you failed either of them, you'd gain a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
So sometimes, if you need to, you can, try to go a little bit farther, and it's better to do a little bit multiple days rather than trying to do all of it once. But
Okay.
either way.
Then 3, 4, 5, getting onto the hill.
Friend, would you mind making me some perception? Same with Hiroe and Tefred.
Blind.
Preferably.
Oh boy. I can tell you right now I didn't get shit.
So which of the hills are you going on to?
I don't like that you asked that question.
Flip a coin.
Yeah. Heads is left. Okay.
Is that heads?
That's tails. Tails 2 start with the same number. Heads 1.
Oh,
I said the number.
Starts with the same letter, right?
Yeah, so it says, yeah, tails 2 starts the same letter. 1 head doesn't, but
But most things only have 1 head, so.
Mhm.
And then almost all of the rest of your movement gets you into the mountain.
Yeah.
Actually, almost all of it.
Yippee!
Because I think that's 5 for you, because if normally it would be like a penalty of 2 that goes to a penalty of 5.
A penalty of 2 goes to penalty of 4.
Okay, true, which is a net of 5.
Yeah,
Good,
cost of
good
5.
Good distinction. Stay here. I'm going to get some water while he is away.
Okay. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick then.
Mhm.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Is Rat?
I don't think so.
I think Chad is still the dog walker of the storm.
This is glorp shit. Wait, walking his dog?
Yeah.
Oh, mustard, that's gonna take a
That's-
while. Hold on. We're switching the
Yeah, that's what he
animation, I'm
said.
muting.
Nothing.
We're running the fuck away. We might have found Gorpek considering that JC asked us to wait.
I see.
Or rather, Gorpek may have found us.
Well,
Uh-oh.
I asked you to wait because you moved on to a pink tile, and pink tiles are
Okay.
special tiles. And,
Yeah, fair.
you know, the rat was not here.
The rat is
Okay,
here now.
okay.
The rat is here now. I've sent you a final message. It takes a while, and especially with the horses, it's a very treacherous and perilous climb. There's a lot of loose rocks on this volcano, but following a little bit of the guidance of the older Emberlith that follows and helps lead the way, you eventually manage to make it to the top, and it dives into the top of the volcano without much other communication.
Is she just leaving us to fend for ourselves now?
I guess I should have asked if Brund is here.
Yes.
Okay.
Rat sort of seems to have gotten better as we went up the mountain. Just in the way he moves, his body language communicates. And after they dive in Draconic,
There might not be anything to fend off against. It feels like it's faded,
I don't believe it.
further away. I heard almost like the two voices were talking about something else. Killing or torturing another thing. It didn't feel focused on me.
Perhaps that's for the best, then.
Still concerned as to why it happened in the first place.
we gotta teach Friend Draconic.
True.
We gotta. Actually, has Friend been fully taught how to read?
Friend's been taught how to read for a long time.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
I don't keep track of that.
Common?
Yeah, reading common.
I don't think we ever, I think we talked about doing it. I don't think we ever, I mean, he can read, like, basic things, but not at, like, a
So
high level.
I think we've had this conversation of we haven't
We have.
gone over it a few times, but like I don't think there really is anything to go over. Like I thought it was just getting to I don't know.
He
It's,
knows
yeah, it's
how to
fine
read,
then.
basically.
Yeah.
Which is reading.
The party is left in uneasy silence with no communication from the Emberlith that has dove in. you don't really feel like there's better options of anything to do right now, given some of that threat. So, it's starting to get very hot.
Do we just head down the slope slightly and wait the night out? See if that thing passes us even another passing glance?
I don't know.
It might be safer to go just down.
At this point, Friend would mention that the Emberlith said there might be someone at the settlement that could help us actually tolerate being up there.
I'm willing to wait a little bit longer then.
A bit of time later, not too long for most people, but definitely far too long for Tefford. Some of the nearby boulders on one of the near the top begins to shift and move out of the way, and a small passage is revealed downwards. Another one comes out in a form that is much, much closer to direct primordial, and one that Friend can understand pretty much perfectly, basically speaking the exact way that, you know, would be your way. He asks if any of you know how to speak in water breathing.
Like Aquan?
Like casting a spell for water breathing.
Okay. Okay, I wanted to, like, make sure that there is... Okay, so... Do we have any water breathers in the chat?
No.
I think the one person we had who might have known water breathing is gone.
Yeah.
Do you have
Who
any
definitely
scrolls
knew
left
water
for it?
breathing, actually.
Hmm?
Who definitely knew water breathing, actually.
Ah, true.
Yeah.
That said, no, we don't have any scrolls of water breathing.
Friend shakes his head.
Hmm. That makes things more complicated.
Curses Kaio.
We had
It
originally
moves.
come...
It moves closer. It is very, very worn down to dust, allowing you to imply that it's rather old in age. And it slowly moves up and starts to wrap some of its hands a bit around Friend's head for a moment. It seems satisfied after a few seconds and moves over to Tefford and tries putting its hands around his face.
I will probably let it.
It moves on to Hiroi.
The Hiroi also allows it to.
It lastly moves on to Rat. It's very uncomfortable.
He struggles a little bit, but gives in.
I will return shortly. And it keeps the boulder open. You can see a pathway down. It's pseudo-chiseled stone going through this deep purple, like, pseudo-slate stone that a lot of this volcanic area is made out of, you know, basalt.
Mhm.
Ow!
A little
Good.
little speck of fire pops up from the volcano and lands on Tefford's shoulder. You okay, buddy?
Yeah, just on my toe.
I mean, yeah. So the little bit of fire lands on his shoulder, and he flinches and, you know, hits his toe for 0 points of damage.
Colossal.
A bit of time passes, and they come back with small, essentially snorkels is a way I'll phrase it. it's a thing that you can put on your head. It's a bit of glass and a long tube going out that seems to fit squarely on you. And then they begin casting a spell that begins to surround you with water from the nearby environment.
Curious.
After a bit of time, it looks at Golden and it looks at Friend, and it's a little difficult to hear through it, but he ends up being able to pick up that we'll try to see if this can work. I can't promise it'll be very comfortable, but
we appreciate it.
And it starts walking down the stairway. Tefford in particular is probably very eager to get out of the vulnerable area.
Yes.
Climbing, 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 climbing.
Now here's the climber.
Hold on, I need to disable lighting. There we go. This is the one that you've been traveling with. Very, very old. This is the one that came up and casted the spell on you. From here on out, I'm probably just going to talk as them, and we are going to assume for all intents and purposes, unless Friend states otherwise, that there is clear and unambiguous communication between them.
Mm-hmm. You will be the translator.
Bless you.
No, I actually prefer that we awkwardize the entirety of the.
I agree.
Yeah, we should play some semantics. I think that would be fun. I think
that would be fun as well. I think we should do the translations here like they do in Underrail. I think we should talk to the natives that way. The mage who came up. Welcome to the Stray, such as it is. He kind of gestures around a bit. We've had a few visitors from time to time, but you are certainly some of the strangest. I apologize that we won't be able to be more welcoming.
it is quite alright. If it weren't for the fact that we were being pursued, we wouldn't stay very long.
Some of the thin, some of the water around you begins to bubble and boil a bit, but it's specifically on the edge, and it's seeming to create a bit of a vapor barrier as the steam stays rather close to you, like the outside of it as it boils.
So, friend explains that we kind of found one of their own, like far, far away, and that we crossed the desert to bring them back, and then right on the tail end, he would of course explain like what happened and how they got there. And on the tail end, we are pretty sure that we encountered the thing that killed their son.
It ends up going and talking to them in a different language, one that is, you know, still shares a lot of the roots, but it's very, very quick. The entire conversation is probably over in like 3 seconds.
So probably like a dialect of one of the primordials.
Yeah, you got it. Well, I appreciate your service greatly. We are in your debt. But, and it kind of gestures around a bit. As you can see, we don't have much here. But what I can and what some of the others can do, just let us know. I'll have some of the older ones attempt to gather some more water from upstairs to maintain you here for at least a period of time, but I don't think it can last very long.
He understands and nods.
And what of your companions? And what of you?
He would introduce them first and then save himself for last. Starting with Tefrid.
Hey, wave.
And then Hiraway.
Hero nods.
You got a lot of feedback coming through your mic, Tefrid.
And then finally Rat.
He doesn't particularly react.
And then he introduces himself and describes himself to the best of his knowledge.
It introduces itself, says names are very strange of a concept, but it'll try to come up with one before the day is done.
I guess as far as being in their debt, considering like what little they have, the only thing that friend would ask for is probably to just know more about them and their culture.
Of course.
And I would assume that I would say probably Tefrid and maybe Hiraway would also be interested in that.
If you would, please follow me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the stationary havers. I should probably turn off visibility on this one before I switch to it too. As it walks through a few of the corridors and eventually ends up here in front of a large machine that seems to be rather dull. In times past, this used to be our soul kiln, where we would forge new life from the bodies of our ancestors. We are made from, and it just kind of gestures around. Well, I assume like most people, you don't really know what you're made out of other than, well, I'm really struggling as a describer to say this in any way other than it is what it is.
You would,
Yeah, fair.
if the creature's like showing confusion, he would probably like lower his hood to give a better visual understanding of what he's trying to piece together.
Yeah. In years past, this kiln would be responsible for multiple births a day, but given that we're more isolated than many of the other clades, and we tend to share a less stringent view, some of the guests from one of the other clades sabotaged it, and we haven't managed to get it working since. So, we've had to be very careful about how we handle things, and we've just been waiting.
Waiting for what?
Someone to have an idea of something to do. It's not like I've heard from some of the travelers that you have to like devour other creatures. Is that truth?
Friend definitely would not know. And I would assume nobody else in the party would know.
What? No, I mean,
We
we
do eat, yes.
we
Or
don't.
is that what they're... I thought they were talking about the forge and like getting it repaired.
No, we need to eat.
No, I think they're trying to do a analogy here. But yeah, I don't know if that was said in judgment.
Well, it was
Was
not
it
done in
said in
judgment. It was just out of clarification. Because
Yeah.
Then it talks about how, like, you know, they don't really have anything they have to do with the soul kiln broken and just continually trying to repair it. It's not like we have to eat or anything else. We're merely sustained by the volcano's activity, so it's just more boredom than anything else. Trying to make sure everyone keeps everyone's spirits high. It's been difficult lately.
Friend would probably ask if they know what is wrong with the kiln, that it's not working.
Let me pull up a specific page. I would like friend and let's say you know what, not to target you out specifically, but I'm going to target you out specifically. I would like everyone other than Tefrid to roll me an Arcana.
Arcana,
No,
you say?
No, you're right. You're right, and you should continue.
You know what? I'm going to session inspiration that if that is a failure, in fact.
Let's see what Rat says.
I'm sorting through my sheet, desperately trying to find where the fuck Arcana is. There we go.
It's in the A's.
5.
If you would like to session inspiration that, you can.
Yeah, I think it prudent. I take the better of the two.
Lol.
Nope.
Well, like I said, inspiration lets you take the better of the two. In that case, if that is a failure, I am going to fortune from the many to bring that to a 21. If that is a failure.
You're
if it's not a failure, I can't do it.
It's not a failure.
Okay.
It ends up learning and trying to teach you guys over the course of a few hours how to recognize a few different elements that they call coals. There are coals of a bunch of different things. There are different elemental coals, different aspects to them. And they functionally act as very extreme catalysts for transmuting items or for controlling the flow of energy. And without the coal of fire, or as would be translated into GM speak, the coal of forge that's been stolen from it, it just cannot work until that is back, and they just don't have the tools to take it back from any of the other clades.
Can a new coal be synthesized?
Not that they know of.
Well, if a new coal can't be synthesized, where did the original coals come from?
It ends up talking a bit about how at like Great Spire, the primary one that most of the Emberlith live in, and where the primary theocracy is, they have great archives that detail many things of it.
Curious.
He, however, does not have, any of that knowledge. He's an impromptu leader, but it's not a role that he finds himself particularly, glad to be in. He doesn't consider himself a wise man just because he knows a few spells.
Well, this is quite the conundrum. Is there any reconciling with the
party having learned about all of these items and having gotten a success on it? You are now eligible to be able to recognize coals when you are going through loot checks.
See.
Interesting. A friend would pose the question if there's a possibility of reconciliation between the exiles, which would be this clave, and the more capital ones.
Not without great bloodshed on either side. There are most who live here were exiled from beyond. There are a few who were made here and got along, but our acceptance of those who were troublemakers and free minds just... I think a safe answer would be no. The picture that they paint over a little bit of exploration and communication is that because the process of creating a new Emberlith from the Soul Kiln is a very magical process involving not just the physical inheritance of the material of their ancestors, but also inheriting some of the memories when they are forged into it. There's a lot of religious dogma around that, and blasphemy becomes very dangerous and tends to get cast out if you question it.
Right. Up until this point, I think my understanding was that they didn't... Well, I guess I shouldn't have assumed, but my understanding was that they didn't believe in the use of using them. But it seems like it was a one-time
this
case.
Area tends to be one that was the exiles, right? The case with the mom and the son, which she can ask more about, is that the son specifically didn't like the idea that it was mandatory, right? The starting part obviously has to happen, but from there's nothing wrong with an Emberlith that's only been forged once. It's just that normally they get forged again and again and again until they can no longer be done so. And that means taking more and more and more from their progenitors.
Yeah, and then saying no is basically blasphemy.
Right.
Okay. Well, I mean, unless we've got any ideas, I guess we're looking for a forge core then. Not actively, but just passively.
It also could be a study angle if when we find one, because the answer was not that they know of for replication.
Right.
So
I mean,
And
we've got
they had
some
to come
time.
from somewhere.
We've got some time. Couldn't we study what's present of the forge in front of us?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could see what is there and what would actually complete the necessary patterns and such to learn more about the nature of what's missing.
But I feel like the iterative time that's required for a lot of information we don't have because of the environment being
I
miserable.
will say that the party is allowed to take somewhere between a long and a short rest. You can refresh your hit die.
Oh, thank God.
They're expending them?
I mean, just repeatedly. They manage to maintain it, but there are not enough amenities for anything else, but there's enough time for you to just sit down and rest a bit.
Okay, so we regain half our hit dice then?
I mean, if you're staying here a second day, it's all of it. And I think you guys would be staying here a second day.
Well,
Yeah,
basically what I'm asking is I can use a hit die to get my last charge of second wind back.
Yeah, so you can
Would
just
I
do
then
that.
would I then get the rest of the hit die back?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'll do then.
Tefford, you here?
Yes, I'm having some hardware issues. Give me a second. I apologize. My USB ports are ceasing to work, and that means some things are randomly cutting out. It was my mouse a little while ago, and now it's my headset. I apologize.
No worries.
About last 2 I just need to repeat the last minute. The last 2 sentences that were said before it was cut out.
And that's for the party.
Yeah.
We were just talking about getting hit die back and
Yeah.
kind of studying the forge while we're here.
That's what I okay, gotcha.
So then, to get a use of my Blade Song back, I would still have to spend a hit die, right? Even though it recovers on a short rest?
Yes.
Okay. I think I will do so. Even though I don't really get HP from it, I think having the second Blade Song is going to be useful.
Probably.
Do you want some sort of roll to more attentively study the forge?
No. I think that's kind of a plot action, and I think as long as Rat is given it his all, I think he figures it out alongside the rest of you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so what do we glean from it, if anything?
I'm not gonna pretend to be able to explain it entirely properly, but in a nutshell, it fuses the elemental aspects, or at least it would if it was working. It would fuse some of the elemental aspects from the lava that flows all around and uses that to create a soul.
I see.
Seems like they've done a very good job at least as far as you can tell, maintaining it even without the coal there to actually act as the catalyst of that and actually give it the direction. It's like a telescope without a lens. It's still kind of pointing, and you can still see through it, but it's not actually doing anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Curious, you've been able to produce souls from inanimate material, even... did this cease after the spell plague began, or...
First, he's kind of confused what you mean by spell plague as friend translates it. They haven't noticed really much of anything in regards to that. Secondarily, he wouldn't call it inanimate material. It's the recycled use of living matter. Every emberlith is made from the remains, either, dead or living, of previous ones. There's never any more emberlith living matter than there was in the past. There may be more or less living ones based on if they are larger or smaller, but the total glass remains the same.
Would pose the question, who were like the first Emberlith then, and where did they come from, or did they always exist since like the inception of the plane?
It just shakes its head.
If he knows.
That is a question for those in the peak, but
He
I'm
nods.
sorry, I wish I could be more helpful. Maybe if I hadn't been so inquisitive, I might have actually been able to find out someday.
He would probably ask what he was exiled for if he wants to talk about it.
He ends up owning up to it pretty quickly. It was a while ago, but he was very impatient, and he ended up taking shortcuts trying to ascend through the priesthood. They found out. Didn't go very well.
So at this point, it's probably been, what, like a day already?
Sure.
From the short rest?
Maybe 2.
Unless anyone else wants to.
You guys can do like 2 of those half rests.
Yeah.
I will happily get another 3 of my hit dice back.
I've got all my stuff, unless we want to make like an exception for Giant's Might charges, because those are normally long rest.
I don't think we can get back any long rest resources from this.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Well,
anything that's hit dice or like short rest related.
Sure.
What is our next step then?
I wish I could be more helpful. We have a few who have talked to people. If some of them might have a few rumors, but other than that, I don't know what else I could do to help.
Right, yes, we came here to learn about Tefrid's devil, not...
Mm-hmm.
And you said that others here have rumors about that devil?
He just said rumors generically.
I don't think we exactly came here to learn about the devil, but I think the deal with the Emberlith was we'll get them home and then they'll tell us or whatever.
He leads you down through some of the other corridors. You find yourself in a general commons area. This is where most of them have been. This is probably only a population of like 35 or so in this clade. And most of them are just kind of sitting around in groups just talking to each other. Friend is able to do a bit of gathering of information, and he picks up a few pieces of information. And y'all are probably gonna want to write this down. There are 3 big pieces of information that they've picked up on from a few of the people that they've talked to recently. One of the burrowers who happened to be talking to some people from the south, from like one of the like offshoots that happened to connect through, heard a lot about some great beasts to the south that were flying through the sky, and is really upset that when they tried to learn more about that. They didn't get an answer because people just collapsed. And that was very upsetting.
Curious.
The second one is one that's been doing a lot of scrying, and they saw a unbelievably massive amount of what they describe. Uh-oh, did something just... Oh, no. Okay, we're good. I was just moving this screen. The second is that when they were scrying, they saw a ton of these strange beasts with 4 legs running through the plains to the north when they were doing some of their long-distance scrying, i.e. horses. Tons of horses riding around. Last one's one where some of the people who were trying to tunnel their way back west, trying to work on connecting to some of the other clades before they kind of got into this Cold War situation, were starting to feel like a lot of the caves were just getting more and more dangerous every time. Some of them are still open if you wanted to go exploring them eventually, but you might need better adaptations before you do that. Yeah, true.
So you said this is like carved into the mountain, right?
Yeah, this is like a couple 100 feet beneath the surface of the volcano.
I would imagine that there's probably like an abundance of like rock, just like loose rock everywhere. Not everywhere.
Not
but
here, but in like some of the areas where like they're working on trying to expand stuff. There's a lot of artistry everywhere because there's not really a lot of stuff to do. So like even a lot of those stray rocks often will just have little things carved into it.
Yeah. While he's here, Friend would probably, I wouldn't say like impart his knowledge, because I don't know if he knows enough about his own knowledge with rune carving to do that, but he would probably try and do his best to at least teach the patterns for the runes that he uses. First one.
A lot of them eat that shit up.
First one being the fire rune, for obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons.
And then the next one would be the cloud rune. Which I would assume they know what clouds are, so he wouldn't bother explaining.
They, yeah. Seeing as a lot of them like to do their artistry because it's a good way to pass the time, there ends up being, by the time you guys eventually leave, a lot of different little rocks that are just little slabs with, like, different fire and cloud runes on them as they're trying to get better at, replicating it. None of them seem to have a very good gift for imbuing it with magic, but they've got the physical structure of it down at least.
Bren could try his hand at actually imbuing it and see how that goes.
It goes surprisingly well.
How much does Hiroe know about standard, like, rune crafting?
A fair bit. Like, runic magic is kind of the standard for arcane magic, as it gives a magic a structure and, like, defined way of discharging the magical energy.
I'd say that as the two of you talk about it a little bit, you're able to figure out that because of this area's, like, general attunement, that well, the cloud rune ends up dissipating after just a few minutes. If you have a second one, the fire runes tend to stay active even as you have multiple of them. Even while, like, here. Like,
Right.
as long as they stay here, they'll probably be able to, like, remain infused.
Okay, that's useful. That at least gives them a tool of some sort in combat against not themselves, probably. To what I was saying earlier, barbecue. During like all this going on, you would probably notice that the runes that Friend carves look nothing like standard runes do.
Yeah, I kind of figured they're probably based on some kind of primal magic.
Do you have a map for the expanding parts, or no?
Not this session.
Okay.
But if that is something y'all would like to do, I mean, I feel like we're losing momentum, and I feel like people are tired. So I think, like, as long as we're willing to do like 2 or so hour-long sessions, I think doing it every week works pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It gives it a good little bit of momentum. Lets you do potentially a combat, maybe two. Lets you do a bit of puzzly, like with the crescent. Gets you a bit of opportunity for exploration. As long as it doesn't feel like you're, you know, just starting to get into the swing of things and then you have to stop, I think seems pretty reasonable.
I feel like us arriving here is a pretty great stopping point for today.
Alright.
Being in this area is a pretty good spot, considering considering I've spent the last about 30 minutes in warfare scenarios in my own head.
Yeah. We still have to get back to the city after this.
Yeah. That's gonna be a
not run into
conversation.
him. Cope.
Yeah, sure.
That surely is pretty cope.
Yeah, if we don't have anything else that we want to do like immediately here, then
Yeah.
I'm fine with ending it.
I would like to know what the party's general next plan is.
Learn what we can about. We're back here. Let's move and then
At
either
least
head
get back
right
to-
back. Yeah.
I was gonna say, at least get back to Bartiza.
Either get back to civilization, or depending on what they say, Tefred might try to convince you guys to go on a hunt with him.
Am I like misremembering, or was there a second reason that we came up to this area?
There was this. Well, the other reason was in case the Arizona thing went really poorly.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So here are all of the reasons as I can recall. I would classify it as 4. There might be a 5th that I'm not knowing. One is that you were attempting to rescue the Elder Emberlith. 2 is you were attempting to learn a bit more about Tefred's thing because, you know, they talked about that. 3 was it was a potential escape option if you needed to leave and cool off for a while, given that Arizona stuff could have gone very poorly. And 4th was you wanted to potentially investigate these people as one of the options for satisfying one of the criteria of the
right.
of the dwarves.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Remind me
I think
us what that criteria was.
I believe it
Needed
was
more
gathering.
people.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need different people who are willing to fight back.
There are 3
These-
types of allies you're looking for.
One being the Coatls.
Oh,
two
yeah.
being
The guy trying to take over the world. How did we forget about that?
You said you got a mouse in your pocket there, bud?
two being sheer massive bodies. And 3 being people who won't instantly turn into undead if they die.
Yeah. And you know, I like these guys for candidate number 3, but
I think if we want to do that, we need to resolve the religious schism that's going on.
Yeah, that's a Tuesday,
I was gonna
right?
say, there's a small chance that we could, you know, like, maybe not reunite, but pacify them with you know, the guy whose name I'm forgetting.
Pacify is way that is true. Gorpak, probably, but.
I was referring to the world domination guy.
Oh,
Tarzan
Tarzan?
or the
Tarzan,
Lord
And
of Silence?
the Lord of Silence?
Uh-huh.
I mean both. You know, they kind of go together.
They represent
Yeah.
the same fundamental threat.
Yeah, Tarzan's threat is the Lord of Silence.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, before we leave, we would definitely at least mention that to them, even if, you know, the main force of them wouldn't actually be here. But
Yeah. I mean, they seem pretty capable, so. Even the small, little family of them they've got going on here.
Now that you've had an example of seeing younger ones that are actually not completely damaged like the other one was, those blades are sharp as hell. The younger they are, the more they have very sharp blades that tend to be very resilient, as pretty much their entire body is made up of only a few shards that rotate around. And as they get older, those very distinct shards gradually get worn down and more into dust. And you can very much see the visual effect of how much they've struggled and how many chips they've had. And sometimes, even though a lot of the times they'll use tools for breaking through the rocks, sometimes they'll like use their hands to just cut through it. And they can, like, some of them give demonstrations of just with their hands. Like, it's kind of a thing to brag and show off almost, especially since they know they can only do it so many times. But some of the younger ones will try to impress others by like slicing through more and more rock than other people.
hey, want to see me grate down my body?
Yeah, but isn't it cool because I did it more than the other guy, so you should date me instead.
Damn.
Back to the rune thing real quick. Instead of the cloud rune, he would probably try and teach them the stone rune because
Yeah,
it
okay,
seems
valid.
a lot more grounded.
That works.
Grounded.
Shut up.
Shut
Shut up.
A lot more set in stone, if you would.
Shut the fuck up.
He's on fire with these jokes.
Die.
Does anybody else have anything else they would like to do here before we tend to wind it down?
I don't believe so.
Alright.
All I can really say is that Hiroi is going to float the idea of actually putting together a project to resolve their religious schism, because frankly these guys seem like they'd be great for what we have to do.
That's probably a very valid option. I would like everybody to stay here for just a moment as we actually depart that scene.
Oh shit. We get another Kingdom Hearts 1 scene?
We get another Kingdom Hearts 1 scene of the maniacal people laughing all around. The camera ends up panning up through various layers of dirt and ground as each one is saturated with different things. Some have a few remnants of pottery. It goes up a little higher. There's some very long fossilized bones, and then more and more and more bones as it continues to go up, getting denser and denser, until it reaches an area where the ground's been clearly disturbed, as there's a rather large crater in the coatl lying slain inside it. Karzon reaches down and pulls out his blade from it, points across the river, and a large group of skeletons end up heading out to cross that river. Bum bum.
Yeah.
Something is happening in the world. Ta-da.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you all for being here. I look forward to seeing you next week.
Yep. See you then.
Wouldn't want to be.
Yeah.
Man, I had so much in my head written up about that, and he pulls it from the barely squirming corpse of the coatl's freshly made crater. And then I just, like, you know, forgot all of it. XD.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it goes sometimes.
Indeed. XD and XD'd.
Anyway. Thank you all for being here. I look forward to seeing you next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Farewell.